Hi guys, welcome back to another video with Pratham Test Prep. This is your host Sanjeev Bhatia. Again, we are back with a new video on your compilation for your legal current affairs for the month of May. So that would be the last month that you will be covering if you are going for your CLAT exam on 19th of June. So this is the last month that you need to cover, and I'll be covering on Wednesday all the newses that are there till the month of June. So all will be compiled together. So if you are someone who's preparing for the CLAT exam, do make sure that you are listening to all these newses. They are very, very important for you guys. Now, the first thing first that comes up is that if you are new to the channel, please hit on the like, share and subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit on the bell icon so that motivates all the mentors to make more videos for you guys. Now, if you have any queries or you require counseling, you can also give us a call on 5x9 75392, or if you want to have a conversation with me. As you all know, my name is Sanjeev Bhatia and I am a graduate from National Law University, Bhopal. And also I have been mentoring kids. More than 4,000 kids have been mentored by me, and I take care of a lot of law products, and I can guide you which law school to choose and what you can opt as a career choice. If you want any counseling or any help, you can definitely give us a call. Now, if you are not a part of our Telegram channel, do make sure that you subscribe to our Telegram channel also. Now, coming to the first news for the day. Good afternoon, Tanish Kumari. Please take care of yourself. So the first news for the day is appointment of Supreme Court judges in India. So recently, the union government has notified the appointment of 2 judges as the judges of the Supreme Court of India. Now, Justice Sudhanshu Dhulia has been appointed as one of the judge. So Justice Dhulia hails from Uttarakhand and is the grandson of the freedom fighter who took part in the Quit India movement also. So you need not learn all of this, but just a basic introduction about the person is very important. Next is Justice Jamshed Burjor Pardiwala, who will be the 4th Parsi to be elevated to the Supreme Court, and he's the son of Burjor Kawasi Pardiwala, who served as the Speaker Legislative Assembly of Gujarat. His appointment is the first from the minority community in last 5 years. He could not become the Chief Justice of India upon the retirement of P.S. Narasimha as the Chief Justice of India. Now, you know that these 2 judges are very important. Now, the next appointment that is there is Justice Mohanty. Now, Justice Mohanty gets additional charge of Lokpal chairperson, right? So, President Ram Nath Kovind has given Justice Pradeep Kumar Mohan the additional charge of Lokpal chairperson after Justice Paniki Chandra Ghosh completed his term as the Lokpal chief. Now, at present, there are 6 members in the Lokpal. President Ram Nath Kovind had on March 23rd, 2019 administered the oath of the office to Justice Ghosh as the Lokpal chairperson, right? So now, this person, Pradeep Kumar Mohanty, is the new additional charge of Lokpal chairperson. So you need to remember this. This can be an important news coming up for you in the exam. Now, coming to the next news, that is Rajiv Kumar has been appointed as the next Chief Election Commissioner. If you don't know about this, the Election Commissioner has been changed and Rajiv Kumar is given the position. He will assume charge on 15 May. So he is already in charge. And he has incumbent Sushil Chandra, who has given up the office on March 14th. Now, coming to the next news for the day, that is the decriminalization of the Legal Metrology Act. So now what is happening in this, we will discuss in detail. Now, speaking at the National Workshop on the Legal Metrology Act, the Union Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution urged state government to support decriminalization of Legal Metrology Act. Now, what is legal metrology? So it is the regulation and standardization of methodology of weights and measurements. So weights and measurements, जो आप तोलते हैं, जब आप देखते हैं 5 किलो का तोला, 3 किलो का, and all these things. So the regulation and standardization of methodology of weights and measurements. Now, what is the aim of the National Workshop on Legal Metrology Act? that to take opinions of all the stakeholders regarding the decriminalization of offences under the Legal Metrology Act. It was attended by a representative of around 30 states and union territories. It was organized by the Department of Consumer Affairs. Now, who was the chair, who chaired the national workshop? So Piyush Goyal, who is the Union Minister of Consumer Affairs and Food and Public Distribution, was the person who chaired the workshop. Now, what were the highlights? They said that they need to simplify the act, decriminalizes the offences, and what is the purpose of the act in 2009? To enforce standards related to weights and measurements in India. Now, what was the punishment for violation? The act contains for provisions of fine and also imprisonment for the subsequent or the second offense that is being committed. Now, coming to the next news, that is that the Supreme Court has recognized sex workers as a profession. Now, sex work as profession, and also they have passed this law. And what was the judgment? Under the criminal law, they have said that the sex workers are entitled to equal protection of the nation's law, and the criminal law must be applied in all cases related to them on the basis of consent and age. Right? If someone is not consenting, even if they are a sex worker, they have complete right to say a no. Okay. Now the country has said that the sex worker must not be penalized, arrested, victimized, or harassed whenever the police conducts a raid on any brothel, as voluntary sex work is not illegal, but only the running of a brothel is unlawful. That's what the court has said, and that's the explanation that is being given. Now there is medical care. So the court has said that the sex worker who was sexually assaulted must be provided every facility which includes immediate legal and medical care, and the court has also instructed the cops to do not discriminate against those who have lodged a complaint, and if they are sex workers, they need not go and discriminate against them. Now, the right of a child of a sex worker, so the children should not be taken away from them, and the mother should be kept with the child only. So that's what the court has said. The role of media is that they do not reveal the identities of such people during raids, arrest, and rescue operations, and also must not telecast any photos or videos of the same. Now, issuance of Aadhaar card, the Supreme Court has also ordered that there needs to be an issuance of the Aadhaar card also, and the Supreme Court invoked the special powers that were given to them under Article 142 of the Constitution. The Supreme Court invoked its special powers, right? So the 142, the Supreme Court is given discretionary powers, right? And the apex court can exercise its jurisdiction and pass such orders or decree whenever necessary for providing complete justice. Okay. So now in the year of 2020, the Supreme Court has been, this has been recognized by the National Human Rights Commissioner as informal work. So sex workers have been recognized as informal workers. Okay, now coming to the next case for the day, that is the sedition law. Now the Supreme Court has given the order that though it is order stalled the operation of the sedition law. Now what did the Supreme Court say here? The Supreme Court said in its order that it will be not appropriate to continue the usage of sedition law by the government till its re-examination is completed. The court said that it expects no new FIRs to be filed under this sedition law, and also the court also said that all the cases already pending trial will be kept on hold. Okay, so that's what the court has said. Now, how can an individual get relief if the sedition case is registered by the government? Okay, so if any new sedition case is registered, the affected individual can approach the court for relief. Okay, so sedition law के बारे में कोर्ट ने कह दिया जब तक री-एग्जामिनेशन पूरा नहीं होता ये लॉ किसी पे एप्लीकेबल नहीं होगा, और अगर किसी को इस लॉ के अंडर पे चार्ज कर लिया जाता है तो वो इंसान कोर्ट के पास रेमेडी के लिए आ सकता है. So that's what the court has said here. That's the Supreme Court's order. Now, what is the response of the central government in such a case? So the center told the Supreme Court that it will issue a directive to the states and the union territories. Okay, they will give a directive, they will pass an order regarding the new application of the sedition law in the wake of the Supreme Court's order. Now Union Minister announced that it will review the sedition law also. Now, what are the concerns in such a law? That the Supreme Court rulings do not trickle down to the lowest level of governance and continue to be misused. For example, cases are registered under Section 66A of the IT Act even after it's been struck down by the Supreme Court in the Shreya Singhal case in 2014. Now, the burden of deciding the validity of sedition law is shifted from the Supreme Court to the government. However, the government did not inform who will review the sedition law, whether it's the parliament or a separate committee will be formed. So that is yet to be seen. Now, what is sedition? Now, sedition is defined under Section 124A of the Indian Penal Code. And it says that when you show dissatisfaction, hatred, right, anything that can agitate a lot of people to go and act against the government is called sedition. So there is a thin lining between sedition and criticism. Okay, so there is a lot of confusion that people have, that what is the difference between sedition and criticism. There is a very thin lining between the same. So sometimes criticism can change into sedition, and it also depends on the perspective of a person. Now, what is the punishment for sedition? So under Section 124A of the Indian Penal Code, an individual can be punished with imprisonment for life and can also be fined. Okay. Now, when was the sedition law introduced in India? So sedition law is a colonial era law. Sedition was included as an offense under Section 124A of the Indian Penal Code in 1890. Now, who are the famous freedom fighters who were charged under sedition laws? Mahatma Gandhi, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Maulana Azad, Annie Besant, Shaukat Ali, Muhammad Ali. So you know, all of these people were freedom fighters of a country who got us the independence. So these were also the people who were booked under the sedition law of our country. So is the sedition law constitutional? In Kedarnath Singh versus Union of India in 1962, the Supreme Court upheld the constitutional validity of Section 124A of the Indian Penal Code. However, the Supreme Court held that unless there is incitement of violence, criticism of the government cannot be called sedition. That's why, दोस्तों मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि उसके बीच में बहुत thin lining रह जाती है. So which fades away sometimes and people get confused. So that is what you need to understand the difference, right? So thanks for joining us for this live session today. I hope you got some news today, and we will be discussing a complete module of May and June on Wednesday at the same time, same place. And do join. We'll be talking about what you can do in the left 3 to 4 days for your CLAT exam and what will be the best strategy for you, right? So do take care of yourself. Have a nice day ahead. Thanks for joining this live session and best of luck for your exams. And do make sure that you're taking care of yourself and also making sure that you're studying really well in these days left for you. So best of luck, guys. Thank you for joining this live session. Do take care of yourself and have a nice day ahead.